Good afternoon and welcome back to the Workbench. Today I want to do a quick little video on cleaning component leads, and I have done a video on that before. Some of you may remember that or have seen it already. This one is, I guess, sort of an update, an extension, revision of it. I'm just halfway through building this little amplifier here, and I'm using these old capacitors which I've had lying around for years. I've actually ones I obtained from intermediate school when I did a brief sort of electronics, well, not a course really, but we did some brief electronics stuff in the metalwork class, and some of these capacitors came from that. For some reason I just haven't used them until now, and I figure, well, I might as well use them because I'd have to bother going to JCar and buying them for $2 each if I wanted to go and get some new ones, but these ones seem alright and they test okay for ESR and everything, so I'm going to use them. The only problem is the leads are very dirty, and trying to solder to these, I mean, it's not probably very obvious just how dirty they are, but they're quite bad, and trying to solder to these directly would not work at all. I mean, maybe you could do it if you had acid flux or something, but then, well, I actually do have acid flux. I have some quite strong acid flux here. But I do not advise using that unless you clean it very, very well after using it. It's going to corrode your board, it's going to corrode things if you leave it on there. You must clean it off if you do use that stuff. I don't really use that very often, but I could possibly use it for this, but I don't know. I'll just see if I can show that. I don't know if it shows up very well, but you can see they are quite dirty. On the ends there's a bit of fresh solder. It's okay, but the actual lead, because I want to put this in a circuit board and it's going to be flush with the board and everything, so I need to clean up here as well so I can actually solder it into the board, and I've already done this one and it's gone in just fine. But yes, I need to do the other three as well. So in the previous video I did mention some methods of cleaning leads, and I did say the first option is to use a pencil eraser, and you can see I use this one quite a lot. This works quite well for very lightly tarnished leads, or lightly oxidized, I guess sort of tarnished. It works quite well for axial components like resistors, because you can sort of get them on the bench and just rub at them like this, and works quite well. And of course you can spin them around as you do so you get the whole lead, so it works quite well for that. It doesn't work well for things like radial components or transistors or anything, unfortunately, but it does work for axial resistors and capacitors and stuff like that, if you wish to do so. And if you have a more oxidized component, you can use one of these, a Scotch-Brite pad, where you stick the component into the pad like so, and then you just sort of draw it in and out, and you move it up and down. It'll scratch off a bit more oxidization if you have one that's a little bit more tarnished that the eraser doesn't really do enough to. I guess you could use one of those pen erasers that has sand in it as well. May have about the same effect as this. This is just mildly abrasive, sort of, I don't know, I think it's steel wool, sort of more like nylon wool, sort of nylon steel wool. I don't know actually the composition of these, but they're mildly abrasive and they work quite well. However, for these capacitors it's not going to work, and neither of those methods are going to cut it. So you can resort to sandpaper. I don't have any of that, but I'm sure you all know what sandpaper looks like. The only problem is getting sandpaper around the tiny little leads. I mean, it is possible, and I've done it before, but it's kind of a pain because yeah, it's just hard to sand something that's 0.9 millimeters thick, or whatever this is. And this is a fairly thick lead because they're quite large capacitors, but on a resistor or something it's even thinner and it's even harder. And again, you have the other lead there, and it's radial, and it's sort of hard to get in between the two. So the sandpaper works okay again for axial components if you sort of do it on the bench and you spin it round at the same time, but for these it's something, multi-lead components out one end, it doesn't really work. So the ultimate thing to do these, however, as I've discovered, is to use a little rat tail file. This is just a pretty cheap one, but it does work. And yeah, so basically you just take your component and you just start lightly filing the lead. And this also works quite well because these leads are old and they've been sort of bent and dented, and so sandpaper would only sort of skim over the top anyway. It wouldn't actually get in the little nooks and crannies and stuff. But yeah, you just take one of these. You can use the flat side or the round side if there's sort of things there, and you just file it basically. You don't do it very lightly. You don't have to go. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on, and you only have to file. Well, you don't need to go any further than whatever the thickness of your board is. In this case, it's 1.6 millimeter, so you only have to go, down to say here on the actual lead. You don't have to go all the way to the body, so that makes it easier. And of course, if you're mounting the thing off the board, maybe with some wires or something. Maybe you'd have a clamp, you're clamping these onto the side of a chassis or something and then running some wires. You may even not need to go that far at all. You could even solder the wires further away or whatever you're doing. Or perhaps you're having the component mounted up off the board for some reason. Depending on what it is, it may not be a capacitor, it may be something else. But anyway, I discovered that this is very nice and it works quite well. Again, the trick is not to push too hard. If you do take the plating, well, not plating really, but the tinning, the original tinning is oxidized, so it's no good anyway, but it is possible with this, obviously, depending on how thick the original coating was, that you may get down to bare copper of the lead, or whatever the original material was. And if that's the case, well, it doesn't matter because you're going to retin the whole thing anyway, which is the second part of this. Let me just make sure I've actually cleaned this correctly. Let's see. These are not too bad. It's a little bit more tricky to do something like transistors, like small signal ones, like TO92 package or something small like that, to try and get the file in. But a sort of flat, thin file, I do have other ones, can work quite well for that. This is sort of a half circle file, I guess. I don't know what the actual proper name is, that's probably wrong, but semicircle file, I don't know, it's got a round side and a flat side. I'm using the flat side mostly, but you can get thinner files that can get in between close leads, maybe on a transistor or even an IC or something if you're doing something like that. So you just keep going until this is nice and clean. You hopefully can see the difference. There's quite silver mostly around there, whereas if we say in comparison with this one here, you can see it's quite sort of dull in some areas. Actually this one's not so bad, but this one was probably one of the worst ones. But yeah, so now that I've filed that, turn on my soldering iron and I grab a little clip stand or something, some kind of thing. This is about as old as these capacitors. But yeah, just put the component in there or whatever. Obviously now I'm going to solder this lead, not that one, and then I'll swap it round. But basically you put it like this. You take your hot iron and then you just get some nice thick solder and feed that on there and just get a nice blob on the tip and sort of wipe it round, and you've retinned your lead quite well, in fact. So yeah, if you've managed to file it or sand it, whatever, down to the bare copper, you retin it anyway with this, and now we have a lovely shiny lead with a nice fresh coating, and it's all much more usable now. Do the same thing on this side. You do want to get a good amount of flux on this because there probably is like some old rubbish on there that you haven't filed off necessarily. But there we go, much cleaner, nice and fresh, and I should be able to stick that in my board and solder it in. And there we go. So this goes around this way, goes in there like that. Now I'm not going to bend the leads for this, because it makes it much easier to take something like this out again. If you don't, There we go. Capacitor is now soldered in nicely, and you can see that was very easy to do. Well, except for soldering to these large lands, it's kind of hard to get the solders. Why I suggest to use quite thick solder. This is 0.7 millimeters. Obviously, you can use thicker, but there we go. I mean, that's gone in there quite well. Obviously, have to trim the leads. But yeah, cleaning component leads that are quite badly oxidized or whatever. That's how you do it with a little file. At least that's how I do it, and that's how you can do it too if you wish to do so. If you're for some reason using up old components, as I prefer to do, because, well, why waste them and why buy new ones if you can use old ones? Hopefully they're good enough and won't explode when I power it up. But anyway, that's another side of the story. But yeah, that's that. Cleaning component leads. Hopefully that was useful. See you next time.